All right, so 1.4 was announced. They did the live stream on what to expect and what's coming up. They gave some free codes, so if you missed the live stream, go check the codes out. I'll try to put it in the description below to make it easier for you to find it if you haven't already redeemed them. And every content creator has pretty much made their content talking about it and what to expect. So I'm actually planning for 1.4, and that's what this video is about. So I am excited, and yet at the same time, I'm a little worried about it. So if you look at 1.4, 1.4 in particular is bringing what, three big things, three new characters. So you have this Topaz and Numbi, which looks really great, a fire hunt unit. And then on top of that, let me try to fast forward to it. We got this Jingliu coming out, which in me in particular, I've been waiting for this unit for a while. There's something about frost units in games that I always tend to steer towards. I don't know why. I don't know. And then also there is the 4-star character, the Gwenephen. So she's in the Nihility Fire. I don't know too much about her. Haven't looked her up. Mainly because even though I know I'm going to get her, I know I can't level her up because I don't have the materials. But a dot-based fire unit will actually be really good on a dot team. They're kind of missing that right now. I mean, you have Asta, but she's not really there for the dots. She's really there for the buffs and the speeds. So I think that would be a good complementary for dot teams. So what I've been doing is, again, I've been planning for, in particular, Jingliu. I want to know how many materials I need to get. And when I do searches out on the internet, everything I find is about what you need to max the character out. And again, I'm a light spender. I'm not free to play. I only have one character that is maxed out. All my other characters they may be level 80, if not 70, or just barely even used because I just don't have the materials to max them. Let alone most of my traces are only like level 6 or 7 for majority of my units. So when I see how much I need to max a character out, it's not really practical for me. And I would assume a lot of people are in that same boat, especially free to play players. It's just like, how are you going to max a unit out when you're not spending any? So what I did is I created these little graphics, infographics, or on what I need to be able to reach what's achievable for a light spender, or maybe a more hardcore free-to-play player that can achieve. And I took the same data that I found on the websites out there, and what I found was when I was trying to itemize and crunch the numbers, my totals were actually a little bit different than what's widely published out there on the internet. So it could be, I did the math wrong. I probably did. I would hold myself to it, but it wasn't that far off. But just to get to level 70 Ascension, you can see 308 credits needed. Again, just from the Ascension standpoint. And then you have these ice particles. I don't know what the name is. 65 of those. So 65, you can only get 5 per run. Each run is 30 energy, I believe. And so to be able to do that is going to take, I think, roughly 40 hours worth of energy, almost 2 full days of energy just to be able to get these materials. Let alone you have to get the credits, and then if you want to actually level the unit to 70, again, this is just the Ascension pieces, you need another 300k credits, totaling 612k credits. On top of that, the books, you don't really get that many books. I do buy the pass, so I do get extra books compared to free-to-play players. So unless there's an event coming, these things are a very limited resource. And again, you can spend your energy to do it, but I think you only get like 6 per run or something like that, or like 1 per, I can't remember, but it's not that many. You need 150 just to get to level 70. Then level 80 is over another 100. I mean, the difference from level 70 to 80 is huge. So 288, or really it's just under 288 to get to level 80, and then another like 200, almost 300k worth of credits to fully max out the level of the unit. So now once you level up the unit, I'm most likely going to level her to 80. I'm going to try to get her to 80, definitely level 70, because she's the main unit I'm looking for. But then I want to get traces, and of course I want as many traces as I can, but realistically I only have one unit on my team that has, or one unit on my account that is fully maxed out. Everyone else is maybe just hit the 4-star, so level 7 traces. Maybe I might have one level 8, one level 9, or something like that. But majority of them are around level 6 and level 7. So level 6 is more realistic for me. That is right before you get into the 4-star trace, in this case like destruction materials, because this is what costs the most as far as energy is concerned. Everything else, oh well, of course you need credits too, so again another 548k on top of leveling the unit just to get to level 6 traces. Then these destruction pieces, again my average in every 60 energy I may get one, and I may get enough material to synthesize to get another one. So let's say 2 on average. That's a lot of energy. Again, we're already at what, like 3, 4, maybe 5 days just to level up the unit. Now we're adding another maybe 1.5, 2 days. So we're looking at least a week just to be able to get level 6 max level. And then level 8 is almost double that. So 1.3 million credits. And then the traces here more than double. It goes to 55 of these, and again these are the hardest as far as energy consumption to get, because it just requires you to run that calyx thing. I can't remember the names of these things to be able to run it, and then to fully max out another 137. So I can just say there's no way I'm going to get level 10. That's whale territory. Even level 8 is high spender territory, or very focused light spender territory. Free to play is probably going to be struggling very hard to get to level 8. Level 6, maybe level 7 is probably more realistic for a character if you focus on. And I'm going to focus on her. So that's just the character and the traces. Then getting the light cones. So this is not free to play territory here. I'm a light spender, so I'm also trying to calculate, okay, how much do I need to get the light cone up? So relatively speaking, the light cone does not cost as much, but it still adds. I mean, I still need another 15 of these just to be able to max it out, or keep it at level 70. But light cones, I think getting it to level 80 is much more realistic, and it does add on to your overall totals. So that's a lot of materials. Again, that's one character coming out. We got 2 more. We got Topaz. So Topaz, again, requires the same amount of materials, just different types of materials. Again, 65 of these. That's going to take another 2 days and so on. And then all the credits needed to be able to level her up. And I would like to level her. She's not my priority, but I don't have any fire units, like DPS fire units, and I don't have a follow-up damage team, which I would like to build. That's why I want to build my Clara, but I can't build my Clara because I got to save up for my Jingliu right now, or Jingliu. I can't pronounce their names and all that. And then same with the traces, again, for Hunt Path. Be able to get all of these level 4 materials it's just a lot of energy without swiping. And again, I understand this is a gacha game. They try to incentivize you to give you a little bit to like a character or like something, so that you would then eventually spend money. I would say in this case, it's almost doing the exact opposite. So I do plan on summoning, pulling her. But if I can't level her, I'm almost thinking, should I just skip entirely and not spend to get her? Because I know I'm going to invest my resources somewhere else and not onto her. So I'm on the fence with her. I would like to pull for her, but again, she's not really a priority of mine. So I may end up skipping. And again, I know you free to players are just laughing or something like, well, this is what we have to think about all the time for every banner. And you might have to skip banners entirely because you just don't have enough resources. But I'm talking more about the spender part, specifically being a light spender. Same thing again with traces and the light cone. Should I get the light cone? If I do, I'm going to have to add on these extra materials. Just trying to calculate all the extra time. So all in all said, I mean, this is almost like just a month maybe not quite a month of just like grinding these out, trying to get enough materials. Let alone if I want to do the 4-star members, and I'm still behind on my Luca and my Lynx. I haven't even leveled them. And my Clara, I would like to level them. There's just not enough materials to go around. I need a little bit more materials. At least make them to level 60 where they can be used. They're not going to be, top end doing the most damage, but at least level 60, I can use them in some cases. Below that, they're pretty much unusable. So again, I do not know how you free-to-plays do it. My hat's off to you. This game is very difficult to be free-to-play. I can only imagine myself being a very light spender. I feel like I'm struggling. I don't want to whale out on a game, let alone I don't want to whale on this game because I feel like it's going to ruin the experience. I'm really enjoying the game. I like it. It fits my need for a game where I can be casual but also jump into it a little bit more as needed. But and it's turn-based game, which has replaced the other game that I used to play as well. So anyways, that's it for me. Good luck to you free-to-plays. I hope you get what you want out of this. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.